Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So we got patch 1.3.15 today, Thursday, the 8th of January. We also got a dev note video featuring the community manager and the director. They had some thoughts and they previewed the next week's update as well. Now, first up in the patch notes, we have some improvements to Valby and Hailey. So basically what they've done is the blinding effect that you have with the Valby's cluster bomb, laundry bomb, sorry. This one, you can see they have reduced the visual effects so you can see a bit better, and it's definitely improved as you can see here. So it won't be as blinding to your teammates and you can see stuff with this. So that is a good change. All right, next up we have Hailey. So they say here the blinding effect of the ultra cryogenic round skill explosion from the Transcendent module Cold Heart has been reduced and will no longer excessively obstruct the vision of you and your allies. So basically it shouldn't be as blinding, although it still feels not as great. Like the Valby one was noticeable. This one, I don't know if it feels that much. Well, yeah, but I suppose when we use it, we'll find out if it's improved, but it is definitely reduced a bit. All right, next up, they have added more ways to get the Superconductive Cooling Unit. They have added some in the Void Erosion Purge. So now you'll get 4 every time you do this. Previously, we did not. For the rest of the missions, you were getting some like the 400% dungeons and things like that. But they've also added the chance of getting a big amount, like a random drop from the commander. So you can get quite a lot from there as well. So if you see the 400% here, you get the 4, which was there before. But they've also increased the random chance of getting something. Similarly, in the Axion planes, previously you only got them from the operational area missions, the ones with the fangs. So only these ones were dropping. But now you should be able to get them from normal ones as well. And then the commanders also have a random chance of dropping something. So basically they've added more ways of getting the superconductive cooling, but not a lot more. So yeah, it's not like suddenly you are getting 11, now you can get 50. You'll get 11, but you may get 24 from the boss or something like that. So it's a slight improvement there. Next up, they say they have improved some of the challenges in the daily battle passes. So these were quite difficult according to what they say. I did not know this, to be honest. But they've said that they've reduced some of the difficulty here so that it's easier to get these rewards done. And so you get the XP and you can level up your battle pass faster. And then finally, they had some minor bug fixes, textures on skins and things like that. I did not notice any of these, but they have fixed quite a few of these here as well. All right, next up, we had the dev note as well from the community manager and the director, and they previewed next week's update and also mentioned a bit about today's update. And they kind of had some interesting conversations here. First up, they talked about the player numbers on Steam, because this is something that pops up quite frequently. People are always worried, and they kind of mentioned that here.
Main goal for this year is to boost concurrent players through successful updates. Steam displays the current number of players, right? I've noticed many of you being worried when seeing that number. It's true that the current numbers are low, but the number of PlayStation users is roughly at a similar scale to Steam, and in North America, many play on Xbox. But still, to ease the concerns of our descendants, I'll do my best to increase Steam's concurrent player count. Then, Director, how about making a specific promise based on the number of Steam players? Yeah. Okay, promise. All right. So, our director, he will place a bet on reaching a record high of 30,000 Steam players this year. So, last year we never surpassed 30,000. If we hit 30,000, our director will promise that he'll do a 24-hour live broadcast and communicate with our players while playing TFD. Wow, and that does sound interesting. Well, Director, I hope you achieve your goals this year and that event is held.
All right, so as you can see here, the player numbers are not that great on PlayStation as well. If you noticed what the community manager said, similar to Steam numbers. So that notion of there are more players on PlayStation, that doesn't seem to be true. And there are some players on the Xbox as well. So my guess is at this point right now, for example, when it's very low, you're probably looking at 10K in total. So 30K by the end of the year or any time in the year. That's a bold claim to have concurrent players on Steam, but let's see. So the director basically said that if you can get to 30K concurrent players on Steam, he will do a live stream, 24-hour live stream, and answer the questions and things like that. So that would be great. Although at this point it seems a bit optimistic, let's say. But yeah, that's an interesting conversation they had right at the start. After that, they basically showcased some of these skins coming up. So next week we have the update 15th, and so there'll be 2 sets of skins, basically 6 Descendants with one team, the A team, the Albion team, and then there'll be the other set with the sort of metallic theme. And so they showed off the skins briefly here. And yeah, let me know your favorites. Now, next up, they mentioned the 15th January update and the things coming. So there'll be the breach tracking field, which is basically the gold farming missions that they mentioned in the roadmap earlier. Enzo is getting a rework, okay? And surprisingly, Jayber is also getting another look. If you remember my video from a few days ago, I did say that Jayber needs another look. And yes, Jayber is getting a rework alongside Enzo, probably a minor one, but they did mention Jayber is getting a look. Now, besides this, regarding the weapons, they said 4 weapons are going to get some minor reworks. They said the Fallen Hope has become very popular and is getting a lot of use, so that balance was really good. They are going to change the unique effect of 4 weapons. The Afterglow Sword, Greg's Reverse Fate, again, something I wanted. Then Nazistra's Devotion is getting a look, and Thunder Cage unique effect is getting a look. So yeah, so 4 weapons will get balances. They also mentioned the skins from the first anniversary contest that they had. They'll have more information about that. And the dev live will be Tuesday, 13th of January. So next week. And then the 15th is the update. So these are the things they covered here. So yeah, very interesting. I was hoping for Jayber. I was hoping for Greg's Reverse Fate. So 4 weapons getting a look, Jayber getting a minor look, I guess. Enzo getting a full rework and a few other things. So yeah, looking forward to next week's updates. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.